In that time, in 2 years, he doubled the size of the mission, having had to start from nothing because the British Army requisitioned every building that was worth having. He obviously was a man to watch, and he was very soon sent to Ethiopia to try and put the Catholic Church, on a good footing again, after, again, the Italians had to leave. And then the British Secret Service were very worried that they had an Italian Archbishop representing the Pope in Cairo. I'm not quite sure what secrets an Italian Archbishop might be sending back to Mussolini, but the Secret Service wanted him out, and they got Arthur put there instead. I don't think they knew what they were getting. The army said, "We'll introduce you to the king, King Farouk." "No," said Arthur, "I am here not to represent the King of England, but the Prince of Peace." He was quoting Pope Benedict XV, who was Pope in the First World War, and had been disturbed and saddened by the way sometimes the missionaries seemed to be identified with their home country. So Arthur got a reputation for being quite independent of the British. He would visit the British soldiers in an army staff car, flying the Vatican flag. He would visit the German prisoners of war and the Italian prisoners of war. He set up a seminary for the Catholics in the German camps who wanted to become priests. He brought together the 6 different rites of Catholics. You had Coptic Catholics, Greek Catholics, 2 sorts of Greek Catholics, the Latin Catholics like ourselves, and the Assyrian Catholics. I think that makes 6 if you've got 2 sorts of Greek. He brought them all together, where there'd been a lot of friction between them. And one of the bishops today has said they are grateful. They are still a united church. Now, I don't know about you, but I think of the Pope's representative in England as living in Wimbledon and just miles away from me. I don't have anything to do with him. Arthur went right down into the church in Egypt. And it was a very poor church, it still is. And he somehow, even in wartime, got together the funds to build churches, build schools, build clinics. And these have always been open to everybody. They still are today. And I have photographs here, which I'll give to Terry, of a school which is named after him. It still bears his name. I think it says a lot that during the Suez Crisis and afterwards, although these schools were founded by an Englishman, they stayed open because they belonged from the very beginning to the church in Egypt. Arthur worked himself very hard. He came home for a break. On the ship, he went down every day to the crew's quarters to say his mass with the crew, although he could have been up there lording it with the officers. He came home, went one night to the White Father's house. He went upstairs to the room they gave him, lay down on the bed, slept for 30 hours. They said, "You need to see a doctor." Before the doctor could see him, he had 2 massive heart attacks and died in his brother's arms. My brothers and sisters, you have a saint buried here. Be grateful.